What's going on, guys?
Hi.
Pam's opening something that she just found in the room here. I got it in my stocking at Christmas from my sister.
I don't really know what it is.
It says it's some sort of ASMR thing.
ASMR bar.
Yeah. So it's made by... Who's it made by? I don't know. It just says Sensory FX oddly satisfying. It was $1 at Walmart.
On clearance.
On clearance. And I don't know what it says. What the heck? Put it up to the microphone.
Oh, I'm sure they hear it.
Oh, there's directions in this.
Well, that's good because I have no idea.
Single bars, tilt incliner. Oh, okay. So we have a certain one. Let me see it. Oh, so we have the domino one.
Yeah.
So it's supposed to just make like
that noise.
Yeah, I guess so.
Thanks, Ash.
I don't know what else you would do with this.
I think it's doing its job by fascinating and confusing an adult.
Yeah, well, like what's the point other than... Sorry if that hurts you guys' ears.
You can tell them to stop.
But
it's okay.
What a weird... Somebody's making a bank off of this, whatever the heck it is. There's a tilt incliner, a joystick, a roller. And this one's called the domino. It just makes those noises. I don't know why you would want to listen to that. That's not really satisfying to listen to, in my opinion, but...
That's probably why it's so wrapped up, so you can't really see what it is. 'Cause you got to collect them all. What, there's 10.
Yep, 10 of them. So, anyway, weren't planning on opening the show with that, but there you go.
This kid was dreaming over here.
Yep. So, it's Saturday afternoon right now. We're just watching... What were we watching? Oh, we're watching Mr. Beast again.
It collapsed all the way.
Oh, yeah, it does. Ugh. It's not satisfying at all.
Anyway. So here in New Hampshire, it's another rainy January day.
Mm.
And we did do something kind of fun earlier today. We try to get out of the house at least once a day, do something that the child can do. And we went to... I don't know what it's called, but a place that has a Cybertruck in it.
Yeah, a Tesla dealership or whatever. I mean, I guess it's kind of a dealership. Tesla doesn't really have dealerships for the most part. They have like service centers. So I guess that's what this was. I don't know. Tesla location anyway. And there was a Cybertruck in the showroom. That's the main reason we went there, just to see it in person. And yeah, that was cool. We weren't there long. Just kind of, you can't like go in the truck. You
I
can
wish
just
they'd have like a door open though, so you could see
the interior.
A
yeah.
bit
So they have like
what it looks like.
They had we did film this, so I'll probably put it on this channel at some point.
It's like a quick little short blurb thingy. But.
Yeah, but they put like they rope off around the truck, so you can't you can get from like here to I don't know. You can get within like two or three feet away from it. Like you could reach out and touch it, which we didn't, but.
Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to touch those things.
Yeah, but
it looks like a metal, like stainless steel refrigerator. Like trying to see, like
I did post a picture on our Instagram.
Yeah, I was doing some photos showing Daddy Ryan how to do the pano.
Pano, yeah.
I saw it on Instagram.
Yep, she took a picture of me in like the because like. We tried like the regular portrait and like the truck's so big you couldn't get like me and Ryan in the with the full like truck in the picture. So you use the panoramic
saw it on
to get
Insta.
the pic.
Thanks.
So
whoever posted
that picture earlier. The truck was a lot bigger in person than I expected it to be. Because I was just, I mean, like I've seen Tesla cars. They're just.
I still think it looks like it should go like to Mars, the moon.
Yeah, you're like, it's a car. I'm like, no, it's a truck.
Well, it's like flat in the back thing and has some an accordion thing that I guess.
Yeah, it has like a tonneau cover of the bed, and you're like, it would be cool if you could like roll that up and use it as a truck bed. I'm like, that's what it is.
Well, they don't have it as an example, like half up.
They should have it. They should have right. They should have a door open.
Yeah, one of the doors, not all the doors, but the doors open. Or a door open, and then like
the cover like halfway open or something.
Or wouldn't it be cool if you pushed a button and it would go?
It has that, yeah.
No, I mean on the outside as like somebody who's like viewing it,
right?
Opposed to inside. I'm sure everything's electronic inside of it, but. And then they had, if you guys have seen the red car that was like orbiting out in space that they did, they had, I'm sure it wasn't the same exact car, but they had the red car and like an astronaut sitting in it, and they're like, please don't touch it. And of course, that's the one that the baby's like,
yeah, they had the original Tesla Roadster. That Roadster that Elon put in space is still out there somewhere.
Oh, I was about to say, I'm surprised it could come back down and not like burn up.
They didn't bring it back.
Atmosphere.
Still
it's
out
probably
in
in
space.
Mars.
I think it did get into Mars orbit. I don't know. I can't remember, but it's out there somewhere doing something. So, yeah.
I'm just glad he has a seatbelt on. He'd be floating away.
But yeah, no, that was cool to see. I get like a lot of people think the truck's ugly, which I can agree. Like it's got that ugly look to it, but
it brought me back to like geometry days.
Yeah.
Like it's very.
But I think in person, it's way cooler than like just seeing a picture of it. Like seeing it in person, for me at least, was just way different.
You're also like a huge fan.
Well, yeah, but like, I don't know.
That's like people seeing T Swifty in person.
Yeah.
And you just would be like, meh. Or I think so. Or maybe secretly you're a Swifty and you'd be like, oh my God, see Swift. I'm out of the woods.
Get me my friendship bracelets.
Do they have those?
That's like a Taylor Swift thing, yeah.
Oh, I thought that was a Dora the Explorer thing. I was about to say, now you got too many girls on your need to meet list.
No, but that was fun. We were only there for a few minutes, but it was cool to see the truck.
But we did, actually, my favorite part of the trip was we went to this bagel place. That was actually really good bagelness. What was it called? Bagel World or something? Yes.
So this is in Peabody, Massachusetts. It's like, if you're not from around this area, it's basically a city just north of Boston. That was the closest Tesla place to us, so that's where we went.
So it's about an hour or so away.
Yeah, a little under an hour drive. Yeah.
And on the way, a couple things happened. We saw somebody, again, it's like raining out, so we're not exactly sure what happened, but there was somebody that was coming like in the interconnecting highways. So the, I guess, off-ramp or switching.
Oh, the on-ramp. It was like an on-off ramp.
Yeah, on-off ramps to switch the highways. And somebody apparently just missed like that you actually have to turn while you're in that process. And they were like out into like the swampy, woody part of like off the highway. And that must have just happened because the fire engines and the ambulances were just coming. There were some police there, but we were like, oh, good thing that we like left the house when we did, or it had been backed up.
I don't know if this person just wasn't paying attention or if they like hydroplaned on the corner because the roads were wet.
Yeah,
but
it was like heavy raining.
They went way off course. That's for sure.
Like down in the ditch. And then when we got to the Bagel World, I guess, parking area that we parked at, it was like, it's kind of like a shopping plaza-ish type thing. So there's multiple. So I think we were technically at Petco, but this woman started like yelling out to us. Yeah. And we couldn't understand what she was saying. The baby was there. It was windy. It was still a little bit rainy down there, but much more windy than it was up here. And the baby, I don't know. We asked why, but he can't like breathe. Whenever the wind blows, he's like, yeah. And I get it because like if you're directly in the wind, but no matter what, he'll be like wind. And then all of a sudden he just makes these weird noises. But, yeah, the woman. We couldn't understand what she was saying at all. We had to like ask her to repeat herself like 10 times. Yeah. And at one point I was just like, all right, let's just walk away because I'm like waiting for Ryan to go to the car to see. I was trying to walk away. Not that person. I was waiting to walk away, and Pam's like, all right, let's go closer. She walked up to her door. I'm like. So I had the baby was holding my hand, so I didn't want to get close to the car. But then Ryan obviously wasn't getting close to the car, so I'm like, all right, I'll just go. And then I was like, what? And she's like, J.C. Penney. And she just kept saying J.C. Penney, like over and over, not where is or anything like that. She's like, J.C. Penney.
She had an accent, so we couldn't understand. Like,
I don't think it was that much of an accent.
Well,
I think we were just like, what are you talking
maybe.
about? Because we weren't familiar with the area. We had a like GPS.
All I'm saying
Whatever
is
it
if
is,
you were
how to
to
get
yell
there.
J.C. Penney to me, I would know what you're saying.
Oh, you also
That's
live
all I'm
with
saying.
me.
Okay.
People say I talk weird.
Anyway, couldn't understand her.
Anyway.
Finally
Yes.
realized that that's what she was asking.
And I was like, oh, honey, I'm not from around here. I have no idea.
No idea where J.C.
We're from
Penney
New
is.
Hampshire. And she's like, ah, ha, 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 ha. And then she just kind of like laughed. I was like, what just happened?
I know.
She literally like big mouth, like laughed at us.
Should have just walked away.
But
Um,
she's probably like, you
a waste of
also.
time.
Well, I mean, I feel bad. I would want someone to at least like talk to me if I felt like I was lost somewhere. Fun fact
I also
is
don't trust anybody, so I didn't know what like her motives were.
That's why I thought you'd go up to the car instead of me with the baby. But
Well, that's why I didn't go up to the car. I was trying to go away.
you should have taken the baby from me, and I would have just been like, hi. And then a fun fact is after we left and had our bagels and we're driving back to the Tesla place, because we drove by the Tesla place to get to the bagel place, so we kind of knew, and we were only 2 minutes away, maybe if that. We saw a sign for J.C. Penney on the way back. I'm like, oh, there it is.
There it is.
Like, oh, I hope that woman like figured it out. But
Yeah,
anyway.
the Tesla place is like basically right at a mall. It's right North Shore Mall.
Yes.
So, but anyway, that was fun.
We wanted
I'm glad
to,
we went. Something to do.
especially on the rainy days. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But and then some recent event stuff.
Go ahead.
The eBay and the news. I'm sure you guys all know. He's just smiling.
Apparently this has been going on for like 3 years or so, but
Disclaimer, we don't watch the news. Or
Yeah.
I don't, at least. I know you have more like Twitter and you have more the recent or up-to-date things
I basically
that are going
get
on.
all my information from Twitter. I don't watch like regular mainstream news.
Yeah, other than if it's a snowstorm, because for whatever reason, I think it's a nostalgia thing. I find it very common to like have them show all that stuff, but we talked about that before. But I don't watch the news whatsoever, so I had no idea. Ryan usually just tells me when I need to know things. Ever since I was pregnant, because I got wicked anxious.
Yeah.
And I've found that my life is a lot happier and stress-free without hearing about the news and stressing about things that I literally have no control over. So
I think it would do a lot of people good if they quit watching the news, to
or
be
even
honest.
just like it goes on doesn't it go on some kind of like timed lapse? So like within a 15-minute spread, you basically have everything. And then they just go back into. So
That's
I feel
why
like people should just watch that 15 minutes or half hour and then just shut it off instead of like watching it over and over and over. Because I think the more you listen to it, the more it's like ding, 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 ding.
That's why I use Twitter, or X that it's called now, or whatever. But because I just follow like one news, or I follow a few news accounts on there. I just scroll real quick. Anything that's worth knowing about is usually there. And I can just read the headline. Doesn't have any like, sensationalism to it. Generally, it's just like, here's the facts. Here's what's going on. Here's what you might want to know about. And then I go on with my day.
See, I don't even like going on, like log into my Yahoo email and like looking. The other day before bed, I saw it was like little elephant tries to help rhino that's stuck in the mud from lions trying to eat it. And I'm like, trying? You mean he didn't succeed? I can't even look. I don't want to know. And then I was like, nope, going to bed, because I would want to get on a flight and save both of those.
But anyway, back to why we brought up the news.
Sorry.
Anyway, apparently,
come down the bunny hole with me.
eBay has been forced to pay a fine because their executives mailed live spiders and cockroaches to people, or a certain blog. I forget the name of the blog. Something bites. I can't remember.
Ironic.
If you know what it is, put it down in the comments below. I can't remember what it is. But so on that blog, they were like criticizing eBay for certain things. So they mailed them cockroaches, live cockroaches and live spiders, And I think they mailed them like pig heads and stuff like that, like raw pig heads, crazy stuff.
All right. The pig heads I wouldn't like. The spiders and the cockroaches, I'd be like, come on, let's go out into the forest and I'll set you free.
And
Ryan does not like spiders.
No, I don't.
Maybe I shouldn't say that. Don't send us spiders, people.
And then they also, they ran Craigslist ads for like prostitution in the names of the people that were like criticizing eBay. Insane stuff. Anyway, I think this was in court. It was like a criminal thing. And then now eBay, like the company, has been forced to pay a fine of, I think, $3 million.
Wait, how did they know that they had that?
What do you mean?
Like that, like the eBay people put that prostitution thing out.
I don't know. They probably proved it somehow. I don't know. It was probably like on their account, and all you got to do is like get a subpoena for the account information. And Craigslist would be like, "Yep."
Did people go to the people's house, or
I don't know. I don't know the details of that. But so yeah, eBay has to pay a fine of $3 million. Somehow the CEO of eBay at the time got away with this scot-free, even though there's evidence showing that he was most likely involved. Like he had a text with one of the people who was involved, that was like charged or whatever, saying like if you're looking to go after such and such a person, this person who was talking, or group of people that were talking bad about eBay, now would be the time, like something like that. But he got away scot-free. He resigned as CEO of eBay in 2019, which is when all this went down. I don't know if that's the reason he resigned or not. I can't remember. But yeah, so he got away with it. eBay has to pay a fine of $3 million because they were aware, like there was multiple high-level executives involved with this. But that's just the criminal side. Now there's a civil lawsuit that is going to be going to court soon for this same thing to get money for damages, and that's going to be probably pretty hefty.
I bet.
I'm sure. I would love to know how many times eBay or the people involved with it on the eBay side has tried to settle this in court settle this outside of court, because if this goes to court, it's going to get ugly, because there's no way they're going to prove that they're not at fault, you know.
Well, if they've already proven in criminal, then I mean,
Exactly.
I feel like, I could be their lawyer and be like, we all know why we're here.
Yeah.
I don't watch the news, and I know, so let's just.
Exactly. But most likely, like if I was the blogger's side, I wouldn't want to settle either, because number one,
if they settle, typically it's less than what
exactly.
It's like a compromise,
yep.
right?
So bring it to court, win the case, get a bunch of money, plus get a bunch of free airtime for your blog. You know, people that don't know about this blog, I can't even think of the name.
No, so you're better than me. I probably would be like, all right, I understand there's mistakes and and I'd be like, yeah, let's
milk it for what it's worth. Get that free advertising.
I am not a dairy maiden.
Hey, if you're wronged.
Milkmaid.
Milkmaid.
I'm not a milkmaid.
But anyway, so that'll be interesting. I hope that court case is like televised or whatever, so we can watch it.
Televised? I'm sure there will be updates or something.
Yeah, well, there'll be updates, but sometimes they're like streamed, and like the Johnny Depp. Remember the Johnny Depp trial with Amber Heard? That was all like live streamed on YouTube.
I remember way back when the Mount Vernon case happened.
What was that one?
So that was so sad. It was, I guess, 4 kids were actually involved. 3 are like main kids, and then 2 are like the really main kids. But they were high schoolers, and essentially long story short, they broke into this person's house to kill, just to prove that they like murder somebody, just to say that they've done it. And so
that was their only motive?
Yeah. So there's a group of 4 boys. I think technically 5 was involved, because one of them was like, helped them get rid of the clothes and stuff. But he was like, I didn't think that they really like killed someone. Like, this guy's a hunter and this one is a Boy Scout or whatever. Anyway, so the 2 main people went and broke into the house, and there was a mom and a daughter sleeping, and they killed the mom and like hacked up the daughter, but the daughter like faked dead. And then So the one of them thought that they killed, but didn't kill it. And then the other, like the ringleader, like killed the mom, butchered the mom. And the dad was away on a work trip. Mm-hmm. So the dad came home obviously knew about this beforehand because the girl, once the boys left. But then there was 2 other kids. And I think they like just stole stuff from the house. And then there was the other guy. I remember Quinn was one of the kids that were stealing stuff.
Where did this happen?
I think Steven was like the main ringleader, and he was in court. It was Mount Vernon, New Hampshire.
Oh.
And I remember watching the court case, and he would just sit here like this.
Yeah.
And just like stare and just like not say anything, not do anything. But he wrote some letter. And I remember him saying, my name is Steven, not like, because there's 2 different ways to spell it. He's like, get your facts right. Like he was more upset that his name was spelled wrong opposed to
in the headlines,
anything else that he was accused
of.
For
real psychopath
whatever
right there.
like thing. He just, and he just stayed like this. And he was just like the whole time. I'm like, oh my gosh. But so the little girl doesn't have a mom. I remember for some reason this fact that like her foot, I believe, was cut with a machete, so she's missing like a piece of her foot.
Jeez.
I believe, but I mean, for that young girl to be able to like be like, I'm gonna fake dead, and then I'm gonna go, call for help or whatnot, and then the dad just like, I remember seeing the dad in the like courtroom. I don't know. That's just
what
I would
did the
never
dad do?
leave my. Well, the dad wasn't there, and it just so happened he was away.
Oh.
And one of the kids, Aubrey was the kid that helped them get rid of the clothes. And the Steven guy was like, if you tell anyone about this, I'm going to kill you. And he's like, I don't want to mess with him because he's crazy. And 2, like, I think Aubrey's out of jail now. I don't know about the other kids, but.
The ones that didn't do it probably I'm sure they got a lot of time, but not life.
Not Quinn, but the other one that stole stuff. I think he was the smallest one, and so they put him in in a window, so he like gained access for them. So I know that he had a very active role.
Were they juveniles at the time?
I'm pretty sure. So I think the Boy Scout one was the oldest, but I don't know if he was like 17 or 18 or where he was on the well,
that's like the Pamela Smart case. That's another New Hampshire one. That was like right down the road from here.
Well, hold on.
Go ahead.
That house that they broke into.
Yeah.
Originally, they scouted out a totally different house.
Oh, geez.
And for whatever reason, that day they just took a wrong turn when they were going to that house and then targeted this house.
Wow.
So like the whole like. It was weird. They were saying, I don't remember which one, but I think it was one of the ones that was like robbing the place maybe, told them like, oh, we already like, we're going to go to this house. Could you imagine though being like hearing all this in the news, maybe watching it and then being like, they were going to do that to my house.
They were coming to my house.
Right. And then, so they never watched out before to see if the husband wasn't going to be there, if there was a husband, like it was just this weird timing of events and like series of events that I was like what kind of evil just like happened. You hear about all the good things, like how God can do miracles and how things just like line up just right. And then you like forget that sometimes it can happen like the other way as well.
Yep.
Which is just, but I always think, I'm like, how could, crazy. But anyway, you were saying Pamela Smart. I think that one's more publicized.
Oh, yeah. I was just going to, like, because when I asked if the suspects were juveniles or whatever, the Pamela Smart case, she had 2 students or 1?
I know that she was like having an affair with 1 student.
I think it was 2.
I don't really know.
Anyway, she
was having an affair with 2?
No, that did the crime.
Oh.
Anyway, she had 1 or 2 students like kill her husband, right?
As you can imagine, with the whole name similarity thing, I try to stay away from that. I know nothing.
She had a student or students kill her husband, and I think the kids that actually did it, since they were juveniles, they're out of jail now. They did like 30 years or whatever.
I think one of them was the getaway car, maybe, and then the other one, like the boyfriend, was the one who actually did it.
But maybe. Pamela Smart is still in prison.
Well,
she's still in prison.
There's a few things about that. Is Smart her married name?
I don't know.
Because I feel like if you kill the person or have anything to do with their untimely death, that you should not be allowed to have their name.
I know, right?
anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I just
Well, that's like another case that just happened. Have you heard of the Gypsy Road Blanchard case? Well, it didn't just happen. It happened like 10 years ago, but she was
just happened. I'm thinking.
no, but like she just got out of jail like last week.
Oh.
She had her boyfriend kill her mother.
Oh wait, yeah, you were telling me that's the one that the mom would keep her sick or something. Or kept saying that she
pretended.
was sick.
It's some sort of syndrome by proxy, which is like I forget the exact name of it. Put that in the comments below too if you know what it is, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. But it's a mental disorder that when you seek attention by pretending that your child. No, that's different. You seek attention by pretending that your child is sick.
Your child.
Or it's child abuse, essentially, but also a mental disorder. So anyway, she had her boyfriend kill her mother.
Yep.
And she did 8 years, I think. I think she got 10 years, 10 or 12 years, but she only did 8. She wasn't
the one who did it. She orchestrated or whatever.
Right.
Was she a juvenile?
She was not.
Oh.
Nope.
I feel like you should get it more.
I think she was 20
you're
or 21.
The mastermind, because essentially you're like mastermind / manipulative, so you could get other people to do the same thing.
Well, she 100% was manipulative. She manipulated her boyfriend to do it.
Well, didn't you say that the boyfriend's still in jail?
Yeah, he got life.
Now she's married to some other person?
Yep.
I'd be like,
She married a pen pal. So, crazy.
I don't know. I watched 60 Days In.
Kimber.
Actually,
the dog's barking.
Sorry. I don't remember pen pals being allowed.
I don't know. But anyway, yeah, interesting. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I understand, like, she got leniency because she was abused. And, she has a ton of support, obviously, which I can understand, obviously. But I don't know.
I feel
she's claiming she had no other way out. It's like, yeah, but if you had an online boyfriend.
Yeah, somebody to go and kill the mom, why couldn't she say, can you call the police?
Exactly.
Can you do this?
Yep.
I'm not safe, blah, blah, blah. It's just like,
yep.
Well, the husband and wife that had like the however many kids, 13 kids that were locked in the basement. One of the kids get free somehow and was just like, just send somebody. You know.
She did it. She managed to do it.
But
yeah,
they were also chained up and this, that.
Yeah,
so I think it would be a little more like a lot more research to know, oh, is the child actually sick? Is this actually what's going on? But if it was going on for as long as I can only speculate because I'm not in that situation.
I mean, she could walk. Like she had to pretend she was in a wheelchair her whole life. And she could walk. Oh. Like crazy. Yeah, crazy.
Well, I guess then if you call the police and you can just get up out of your wheelchair, then they would be able to. I'm not what she says I am.
Right.
But then I don't know how that works because then the police, they're not going to take her away. They're going to like, okay, well, we'll get a statement. You're going to go back home with because where's the mom or the dad? I'm not trying to say like what she did was right. I'm just wondering like if she was able to get the police over, what would the next course
steps be?
Yeah. Where with those kids in the basement, clearly they were taken away.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
No, you don't get them anymore.
Right.
Because think of how many kids probably call the police and say, oh, my mom and dad, just to be defiant or, I don't know.
I don't know. It's just one of those weird things, but I don't know. But
it's sad.
Interesting case, interesting
That's what we're going to start doing is like looking at, okay, so here's the case for the week.
Yeah.
Current event, here's a case, and here's what you need to know.
Yep.
That's wild. I can't imagine getting to the point where I was like, I'm going to have to kill someone to get out of this situation or have somebody like die to get out of this situation. But I pray to God that I will never have to be in one of those situations to see where that envelope actually lies.
Right. Yeah.
I really feel
crazy world out there.
So this weekend you have, okay, so this is before Martin Luther King Day, right?
Yeah.
I don't know when this goes out, so I'm just trying to give you guys some reference. So I have a long weekend, and I'm just saying, you might have a choice to either help me Or I might just do it on my own. I'm looking around at this room and I'm thinking, this could be a good long weekend project, especially if we're stuck inside.
Sure. Go for it.
Do you see? He's like, for it.
You guys can't see.
Bro.
I mean, this set looks
Somewhat
not amazing. It looks
No.
okay. It looks clean. But if you could only see behind the camera,
I threw some stuff.
this room is a disaster. So.
And I want to change this setup if
The setup.
possible.
Yeah,
Like
go for
this,
it.
like
I'll leave it up to you. You
I
can
would
do
like it to. I would like if this could go down and then be up here, so I could actually like look at you.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys can hear me. Opposed to like this, because I still feel like it's like such an.
Yeah,
object in my way.
it would be more comfortable if the mics were like below the face.
Yeah, like
I
if
agree.
this was down, and maybe connect this to this side,
Mm-hmm.
and then I go, or even I don't know how that works, but maybe even switch in the tables to over there. I don't know. I'm just thinking what to do with myself for an extra day.
Yep.
But so that's what we got. We guys a little bit.
That's what we
No.
got.
You don't need to adjust your screens. I just don't know how to speak. That's kind of what we got going on until next time. We got to do some ordering of some adapters and things for our trip.
Yep.
Got to do a will. When do you guys do a will? Put in the comments down below. When do we do all that fun stuff? I know. This is Ryan's favorite subject. He's going to live forever. I just want to make sure he's safe.
All right, guys.
Anyway,
Thanks for watching.
I
It's been a good show. This was fun.
am looking at things that I can do all up in here while the baby go night. Actually, I'm going to go wake him up.
All right.
He did awesome last night. He fell asleep even before I was done read-in time. And my aunt told me he did not take a nap. So we put him down for, what time is it?
About an hour.
About an hour. It's time to go. Usually he
go.
takes like a 2-3 hour nap. And then
Yep.
we put him down again. But yeah, he's getting like a 1. So
All right.
you keep dreaming, you crazy little dreamers. I'm going to get my little dreamer in here and have him help me with this. He's probably going to play the drums. You don't want to be here for that. Bye,
Bye.
boos.